My name is banahc, and I am Community Engagement Officer for CCS, working for Somerset Diverse Community. And today we are having a webinar with Spark Somerset. And I've got two lovely ladies who are going to introduce themselves in a minute. And the purpose of this webinar is so we can help the communities. CCS and Somerset Diverse Community is working how Spark Somerset can help them. So I'm going to leave it to you. Please introduce yourself and tell us who you are and what you do. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Karen Leafe. I'm a development manager for Spark Somerset, and we support any non-for-profit groups, whether they're starting up, thinking of starting up, whether they're established, like been going for a while, and then would like some more help to or to problem solve, maybe, or maybe they're looking to change how they operate as well. So yes, hello.
Hello, thank you.
Thanks. And I'm Jenny Hannis. I'm also a development manager. So I do the same role as Karen around helping groups with whatever they need to grow and to develop.
That's great. Thank you very much. Well, the purpose of, like I said earlier on, this webinar is so the audience knows how they can find you, ask for help. And for that purpose, I've got a set of questions. So I'm going to go through the questions so the audience can actually seek help. And so you can actually enhance their learning, and also so you can talk in detail how they can reach you. So my first question is, what support does Spark offer to community groups?
Thank you. So that question is a really, really good one. And because our help is quite broad in what we do, so we can help in different ways. We also offer it for individual groups. So we tailor our support to what they need. So we offer support, like I said, for groups or projects or people thinking of setting something up. It could be around the structure they set up as, so what type of group they would like to be or is the best fit for that group. Things like we might consider is, do they need a bank account? Do they need some basic policies in place? What are their rules going to be for how they operate as well? So we help them with the very first thinking on the ground about what are you wanting to do and how best to set yourselves up to be successful. We can also help with funding searches. So if groups are looking for some money to help them operate and maybe progress, we can sort of help with that. And we also look at, if people were going to go for a grant, we would help look at that grant application before they send it in. We don't write grants, but we do help people with making sure that they've answered the questions and stuff like that. We also I think that's probably most of what I was going to say. If I've missed anything, Jenny, please just chip in.
No, I think you've covered all of it. Did you mention volunteering? Support for finding volunteers?
No, we can also, in Spark, we have a platform called Spark a Change, where we can advertise for volunteering vacancies. But we also support groups with volunteering management. So we have forums and support for helping you if you were looking to increase volunteering or get people volunteering, to do it safely and to know what you need to have in place, really.
That's absolutely amazing. So that leads me to my second question. So all of this service that you provide, is it free?
Yes, nearly all of our services in Spark are free. As long as you're a non-for-profit group or charity organisation, our services are free. There are the occasional more complex services that we offer that there may be a small fee for, but most of our services are free at point of offer.
That is really, really good to know. So if somebody want to meet you and arrange a meeting, can they meet you online, Zoom meetings, or in person? How do you work?
So we offer both. We offer we sometimes offer an initial online meeting if that works for people, because everyone's busy and it's, you know, everyone's moving around and got busy lives, and people are quite familiar with using online videoing. But if people aren't comfortable with that, we would offer a face-to-face appointment to meet with them as well, or also a phone call as well.
Yeah, that's great. And all of these details obviously will be at the end of the webinar. We will put all the contact details. So you know that your telephone number, your website, and the contact details will be added at the end of this webinar for people to reach to you. So if a group is thinking of starting, but they literally have no money, let's say they are starting from zero, how can you help them?
Yeah, so some groups might be able to run with no money. It really depends on what they're wanting to do. So, for example, if you're meeting in a coffee shop and everyone coming along is just buying their own coffee, then actually you don't need any money initially to run. But as your group gets bigger, you'll probably find that you do need some money to keep running. And other groups may need some money straight away. So if they needed to pay for a place to meet or for someone to run their group, then you would be looking for some money straight away to get something started.
And that's when you help them to find funding.
Yeah, so absolutely, helping with funding is definitely something we can do. So we can help in a couple of ways. We can help find grants to apply for. And a grant is money that's given to a group or a project to either set up or to do more or to offer something different. We can also help work out how much people should pay to come along to the group and be part of their project. So to earn your own money from the people that are using it. And we can also help with some ideas of how to raise your own money as well. So we're here to very much talk about what you can do, how you can raise money for yourselves, and how you can apply for some grants as well.
That's fantastic. That will be so helpful for so many community groups that we work with. So do you help them with the application process? Because some of the community groups that I have worked with, they struggle. Even though they're doing a great job, they can't actually put it in application, you know, for funding. So do you help them practically in that way?
So we can help in terms of what they might need in place to be able to apply for some money. So where they're going to need a bank account and a set of rules that show how their group runs. We can also, I think, as Karen said earlier, read over an application. We can talk to them about what sort of things that it would be sensible to include within it. So we don't offer a service where we will write it for you, but we will very much support and offer our advice to groups who are looking to apply for some money.
That's great. Thank you, Jenny. One question I wanted to ask was, what is the difference between a peer group and the other groups?
Okay. Shall I take that one, Jenny? Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
So a peer group is more like everyone's at the same level and they come together for a purpose. That might be more of a like knit and natter group, you know, like maybe people doing an activity but have a coffee or refreshment at the same time. So it's a bit of a social thing. So the examples, we've got some examples of groups we've supported, like adult autism group, but they meet informally in a cafe or somewhere like that. So they're supporting each other. So nobody is sort of in charge of it or leading it. Someone does arrange it to meet there, but they are all supporting each other and they're not offering any expertise or advice within that group. So it's really quite informal and quite supportive within, like, everybody's sort of roughly of a similar sort of level, really, or sort of a level or need. So it's peer-to-peer. It means person-to-person support, peer support. Whereas other groups might be people have got an idea or some expertise or experience to share, and they want to be more they want to lead, and they want to have some more sort of there's some sort of control over how the group runs. So there may be a committee set up with a small group of people which help to manage that project really. So, and then invite people to come along to it. So it sounds a bit complex. It's not. If someone's interested to know a bit more, we can talk to them one-to-one really about what that would look like or what those options are.
Actually, you have almost answered my next question, but I will just ask again, just for the audience. So if a group is thinking of starting a new group, from scratch, what advice would you give them?
Is that mine or yours, Jenny? I can't remember.
That's yours, Karen.
All right.
Yeah. So
Well,
what do you need to think about setting up a group?
Yeah. So for setting up a group, it does depend, like we just said. If it's a very informal group, if it's very informal and really sort of a chance to get together, they don't need that many rules. They just need a place to meet safely, and then decide if that's a public place in a cafe or I don't know, a library space or somewhere like that they're allowed to meet, or whether it's somewhere they rent. They pay a little bit of money to, or
A venue.
a venue, yeah. And then the other things to consider is if they do need funding to run it, they need some basics in place, like a bank account, a set of rules, and like we said, a small committee. And they do need some basic things of policies like safeguarding, so how to operate safely, and probably health and safety. They'll need a few more things in place if they're going for funding, because those are the basic requirements, but those are the things we can help and support with as well.
That is very, very good to know. Do you know, Jenny and Karen, you are doing an amazing job with Spark. And I think that a lot of the communities that CCS is working with and the Somerset diverse community will benefit so much from this webinar, because so many times they don't know, or they feel they can't apply for funding, or they need guidance. So by the end of this webinar, your telephone contact details and the email and the website will be published. Is there anything else you like to say to the audience before we finish this webinar? Is there something that we have missed out that you think that you want to say last minute?
Yeah, I don't think there's necessarily anything that we've missed out, but I think the overall message to anyone is, if you need some help, if you want to do something within the place that you live, for people that live alongside you, please just get in touch with us. We're really happy to talk about it, talk about what we can help with, what you might need to do to try and make it happen. Work out any problems and any issues that might arise, and really just support you to try and make something happen within your community. So we're really happy, like Karen said, to meet face to face. We're really happy to meet online. We'll be as flexible as we can be. We've got a team based sort of across the county, so there's support wherever you live. So please do just get in touch with us and use the contact details at the end of this to drop us a message, and we'll have a chat to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time and for all the information that you have given. And I am sure that a lot of people are going to make most of it, and who didn't know about Spark Somerset will know now and contact you. And I have personally enjoyed very much, actually, and gained more knowledge about Spark Somerset. And I look forward to meeting you again and maybe record another one on some other subject.
Definitely. Yeah, it's been really good to meet you as well. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies.